effort tomorrow. So yeah, and Mike's got something going on here.
Anyways, naming my new car. Well, actually, I got a new car in lieu of what I've called my passport being denied. It was denied in the worst way. I'll put some pictures up, but I pretty much was turned left on a yellow light, and I thought all the traffic was stopping, but this one guy thought he could run the red light and pretty much T-boned me in the back and spun me around into a Mercedes. That guy was pretty cool, though. He was kind of nice to talk to.
Yeah.
The Mercedes guy.
Yeah. If you're out there and you're still wondering, we told you about our church, but...
I hope you check it out. I hope you remember about it.
You remember.
The other
we shattered the front end of your car.
Which reminds me, I called their attorney, and yeah, that was nothing to worry about. They were just, I don't know what that was about. But they got a free ride to the hospital on me, since it was my fault and insurance. But anyways... I was without a car for, 2 weeks? 3 weeks, maybe?
It was definitely 2 weeks at least.
I know the last day I was really without it for work. I walked to work. Got fussed at. Mandy fussed at me a good bit for that one. She's like, you could get hit by a car. I was like, well, it'd be their fault. Because I was pretty far off the road.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I put a big dent in their window.
Yeah, I'm not thinking anybody's going to aim for you.
Yeah, because it's like a little Daewoo hitting an elk.
I'm an elk. Oh,
better than a walrus.
It's true. I am the walrus. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
But yeah, I got a new car. We drove down. I guess it was last Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was last Monday.
Drove down to Dalton.
To Dalton, Georgia, to Mr. Leonardo Paniagua.
Paniagua.
I don't think he really said it. Paniagua. Paniagua.
I don't know. But
it sounded kind of like Indiana Jones.
He was the only one that spoke English there.
Yeah, English. Wait, that's Chinese. Never mind.
And as you butcher two languages at once, interesting experience. It was a little about it. It was fun.
Well, we got there and I looked at the car and started noticing all the little defects or wear and tear on it. He was like, "You want to drive?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" So I took it for a drive, noticed a little more things, shook a little bit because it needs new front tires. It had less miles on it than it was quoted online, so that was good. Everything pretty much worked well, just a few dings here and there and a piece broken in the trunk.
Well, it was cool because you had I
had $3,500 in my pocket. I've never had that before. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Got fussed at for that too.
It was a thick wad of cash. That was kind of fun.
100s. Yeah. But anyways, he won $39 for it. Like, there's too much wrong with this thing. He's like, well, I'll fix it. It's like, well, how about I give you $3,000? Well, no, the least I can take is $35. I was like, well,
Oddly enough.
You know, sir, about that time I got a text message. John was like, why don't you go for 33? So I'll tell you what, sir. How about I give you $3,300 right now? Right now, and I'll put it in your hand and walk away and we'll call it even. And he was like, you know what? Okay. So I walked out of there with a 2002
Mitsubishi.
Yeah, thank you. I'd screw that one
Galant.
2002 Galant.
And it wasn't just a quick walk out of there. By the way, Mr. Paniagua decided to take about 45 minutes filling out paperwork
for a
Mazda Miata.
Yeah.
And Mike got down to signing, I think, the last two pieces of paper and was like,
this is not my car.
He's like, oh.
And then he grabs all the papers, including the first two, which he could have kept. And was like, we could have kept a couple of those.
While his, I would think, 16 or 17-year-old son was in the...
watching the Oxygen Channel?
He was definitely watching America's Next Top Model by himself while he was answering phones. So I joined him.
You did.
Me and Tyler are tight like that.
Yeah.
We're buddies.
It was, Lena Paniagua too. How can I help you with a car? Ooh, Beyonce? Not really, but yeah, so I got that, and then it's just a matter of trying to find a name for it. I'm really not sure. Got to stare up for it because I can't go without my iPod because, that'd just be awful.
So we're needing a few names for a car.
It's kind of an off-white, pearlish color, mother of pearl. Maybe.
I'm thinking the fact that it is attempting to be white, we should maybe call it Betty. Betty White.
Betty White.
Betty
Walker.
Because it's a little bit old, it's a little bit dinged up, but it's still hot. Just like Betty White. Betty, I love you. You know that.
Who's Betty White?
Golden Girl.
Oh, Betty White.
Come back when you've caught up on the Golden Girls.
I'm sorry. Listen, I'm not as well versed.
Blanche was not the hottest Golden Girl, contrary to some believe.
So I don't have time to
listen. Thank you for being a friend.
You know what?
Thank you for being a friend.
Let me tell you about my best friend.
No, that's Robin Big.
I know.
We can't call the car Big or Rob. Those are dudes' names.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking
Gertrude the Gallant.
Gertrude, Beatrice. It's got to be something sexy. Some sexy name like Fran. Wow, that's hot. But we're going to continue to ponder about the name. But since this has been 15 minutes long and I'm sure you're bored to tears, we are going to call it a night.
Sure.
And I'm going to go finish my laundry.
I'm going to do something. Maybe play Killzone. It's fine.
Who knows? Because
by the way,
we're that cool.
By the way,
we're that cool. We live life to the fullest every day.
Is it Pop Goes Punk or Punk Goes Pop? Two. Which order is it? I don't
Punk Goes Pop.
Punk Goes Pop 2. Great CD. I'd get it.
Right.
Pop
That's
goes the weasel because the weasel goes pop. I don't know. I'm leaving.
All right. Well, now that we got that creepiness out of the way and it's just us. Peace.